once said, "A people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots." History has been in the news a lot this week. On Wednesday, the nation commemorated the invasion of Normandy. D-Day has been called the beginning of the end of World War II. The invasion was one of the largest amphibious military assaults in history. 156,000 American, British, and Canadian forces landed on 5 heavily fortified beaches. Many died. By remembering D-Day, we honor those brave soldiers who fought so gallantly so that all of us, the future generations, can live free. If you think about it, our American history is filled with accounts of many brave men and women standing up and fighting against oppression, subjugation, and tyranny. The female suffrage movement is the perfect example of this. It was a long, hard battle to establish what today we all take for granted: the right for women to participate in the democratic process. How many millennials know that their great-grandmothers could not petition the court, could not have custody of their children in the event of divorce, or cast a vote for the person who would be making decisions affecting their everyday lives? For the modern women, the reality faced by ladies living in the early 1900s seems impossible to comprehend. But it is important to come together and remember. Remembering the sacrifice of the early suffragettes reminds us not to take our 20th century freedoms for granted. We must be vigilant in protecting the future by recalling and educating the next generation about the past. Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. Wise words written by George Santayana in The Life of Reason. I want to thank each and every one of you here today for coming to this anniversary luncheon. Your presence, your command of the suffrage movement will safeguard women's rights against those who want to take women back to the early 1900s. I think Howard Zinn said it best. History is instructive, and what it suggests to people is that even if they do the little things, if they walk on the picket line, if they join a vigil, if they write a letter to their local newspaper, anything they do, however small, becomes part of a much, much larger sort of flow of energy. And when enough people do enough things, however small they are, then change takes place. We would like to show you a short historical video of the suffragette movement in America. These women walked the picket line, they joined marches, they wrote to their local newspaper, and when the local newspapers wouldn't print their letters, started their own publications and magazines. We need to remember from which we came so that we can continue their work to promote equality between the sexes. Enjoy this show. Thank you.